Miss Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My speech for today is titled Leading by Teaching. By that I mean to convey my passion and share my passion of teaching with you all, what I want to do with my life. Just 2 years ago, if I had known that I'd be introducing myself to a few Russians in Russia, let me assure you, I wouldn't have believed it. What I mean to say is, my decision to come to Russia has been an adventurous one. I didn't take a decision with prudence, with logical deduction. I just came here because I wanted to do it. And my first part is going to be about the antecedents of the decision to come to Russia to study. My father is a chemistry professor in my hometown called Mysore. It is close to 150 kilometers from a place called Bangalore, which is called India's Silicon Valley. That is where all the software is made. And so for a long time, since his graduate years, he has maintained a collection of science textbooks, as naturally any professor would have. But most of the books in his collection were from Mir publishers. And I've laid my hands upon some very great classics, Irodov, Fundamentals of Physics, Nesmianov and Nesmianov, for those of you who know about your chemistry and physics from your high school, that is. And he made it a point for me to get as many storybooks as possible. And even then, he had his particular inclinations towards Russian books. For many of the Russian folk tales were translated to my native language. Some of them were about Emilia, a boy and a magic fish. He makes wishes and he keeps on going. Emilia, maybe, yes. And also I think it was called, there was another tale about Teryosha, a wooden doll, it turns to life. Teryosha, maybe. And one of the other classics was Kashtanka by Anton Chekhov. They were all translated to my native language, and it was wonderful reading all these books. So for a long time I've had reverence for the Russian culture and Russia as a whole. Of course, I was very little then. I didn't know much about the USSR breakup. It happened in 1989 and I was born in that year. So I didn't recollect. I don't have any memories of USSR breaking up. But it was a pain for me to learn that Mir publishers collapsed after USSR breakup. So it's not existent anymore. So that is a sad thing for me to say. Fantastic books. So after my undergraduate years, after my graduation as a mechanical engineer, I started working as a research assistant in one of the top research institutions in India. And I had 6 months of contract as a research assistant. By the end of the term, I began to think whether I should renew the term or give some serious plans about my master's elsewhere. You see, it was by the month of November, you see, and by 2 years ago. And by this time, I had missed most of the university deadlines. And I was foolish that way to postpone my plans to such an extent. But then I thought, well, how about applying to Russia? I know the Russian textbooks. They are good. The physics is so nice. They write fantastic textbooks. Let's go. The process will be nice. I'll go study in Russia. So I went to the internet, searched the top Russian schools, went to Moscow Institute of Physics and Technology website. I didn't consult anyone. Something you shouldn't do, of course. Someone who's pursuing their higher studies usually consults other people. People who have graduated out of those universities, look at the job prospects, and I didn't do that. And I just wrote to the university, and believe me, within 1 month, I had written to MIPT, they had responded, they had given me my application form, I had filled it out, I had agreed to the payment plan, and within a month I had flown to the Madhya airport. So that's my experience of taking a decision. And I have one message from that. So, as I said, sometimes your desire and passion conflicts your prudence and logical thinking. Follow your desire. That's what I have to say. Follow your desire. Go do it. I want to quote Robert Frost here. These are my most favorite lines from English literature. Two paths diverge in a wood, and I took the road less traveled, and it has made all the difference. So what next? What next? I share with my father a passion for teaching. He's a professor, and I know what it takes to be a professor, to inspire new generations, to create more engineers for problems that we can't solve in our generations is something I feel a noble thing to do in life. That is my purpose. And I want to lead by teaching. That is the reason I came here, to be a leader. We can be leaders no matter what profession we are in. Mahatma Gandhi, he was a barrister. For those of you, they used to be called, they are now called lawyers. I don't see the difference, lawyers, advocates, barristers. But he was a leader of Indian freedom struggle. And he said, be the change you wish to see. Be the change you wish to see. He says, you change yourself first, and then you can change the world. I wish to see progress in India. I wish to see more developed world. And I wish to lead by teaching. Thank you.